Hello, everyone. Welcome to another segment of intellectual brainstorming and academic excellence. My name is David Oni, and my YouTube channel is David Oni Wiz. If you've not subscribed, I beg go subscribe now. I want to use this medium to say a very big thank you to our returning subscribers. For those that have been watching our videos, you will agree with me that this video has been helping a lot of people. So today we're going to look at something different, something dynamic as we always do, something tantalizing, and that is the three basic things you need to do to become rich. You see, if you want to if you want to live a financial freedom, if you want to live a life that is full of financial freedom, where you could be able to achieve or be able to buy those things that you actually needed, where you have freedom to live a very good life. There are three cardinal things that you need to do. This will guarantee your financial freedom if you actually apply them. You see, living a wealthy life is not as easy as it seems. We always say being wealthy is easy, but it's not easy because it involves patience, perseverance, discipline, sacrifice, hard work, positive mindset, consistency, dedication, vision, and other things like that. So, but on the other hand, it is possible to be wealthy. You can live a comfortable life. We are in an era where people spend virtually all their income to fund their basic needs. And as a result of this, people live on credit, they borrow money, they live on debt, and the rest of them. Because the reason is that they use those money they actually collected to actually fund their lifestyle. And that's why today you see people buying cars, living luxurious life, living expensive life. But on the other hand, that money which they're using to use to live that kind of a life is actually what on credit. And at the end of the day, for the rest of their life, if care is not taken, they always live in what? In debt. But we have always been saying this thing in our programs that it's always very important for you to spend money, for you to save money, and also for you to invest your money. So the more you save money, the more you invest your money, the more your chances of what of living a wealthy life or becoming financially stable or being wealthy. Oh, so what we're saying here is that it is very important that you save some part of your money, and it's also imperative that you also spend your money. But it is very important that you want to say, I mean, you invest that money. However, there is hope. You understand? There's hope. Despite the fact that a lot of people today they live on credit card, they live on debt, and the rest of them they spend their income on what on basic needs, and there's no room for savings, there's no room for investment. There's actually hope. You understand? Because there is what we call financial education. If you can follow this financial education, if you can follow the financial knowledge that we've been sharing on these programs, and you apply them in your life, there is that absolute tendency that you are going to live a blissful life, a financial life that is full of what of happiness. You understand now? Because it is money is good, money is very good. When you have money, you have financial freedom. So with financial knowledge or education, we actually enlighten you on how to spend your money, on how to save your money, and also to invest your money. So you need to break out of that financial struggle. What we're saying here is that we need to break out of that financial struggle and live a what? A prosperous life. And for you to be able to break out of this financial struggle, you need discipline, you need consistency, and you need determination. So I'm going to walk you through this process, which I called the climb to wealth, the climb to wealth, the climb to wealth. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to break that down and try to explain the meaning of what of the CLIMB. What does it mean to climb to wealth? CLIMB. So the first one is what C. What does C stands for? C means what to create your what of financial base. So when you say that C, it means what to create your financial base. The L is what is the ability for you to lead your money. Then the I is what living what we call an interest free life. Then the M is what is multiplying your what? Your income. And the B is to be great. Now, we are now going to divide them into three phases where I will now break them down. Now, let me quickly brush through what I mean by this line. This line. C means what? You have to create what we call a financial base. And how do you create a financial base? You need to have money. That's why I said money is what is good. Then you should forget about that notion or that this idea that money is what is evil. Money is not evil. Money fulfills what? All righteousness. Because when you have money, you can be able to afford the basic necessities of life. You can live a good life and a comfortable life. You can what? You can live a life where you do not need to borrow money, or you do not need to beg for money. Where you can live a life where you can take care of your health, because wealth is what? Is a Health is what? Is wealth. Do you understand? So the C is what? Is to create a financial base for yourself. Then the L is what? You need to lead your money. Now, when you earn your money, when you are paid at the end of the month, what do you do with that money? Do you spend all the money without dividing into what? Into savings, into investment, and into what? Into what I call spending. Then another one is what? Is the I. Do you live an interest-free life? Where do you live a life where you don't borrow money from people, where you are not in the banks, you are not in the mortgage financial institutions, you are not owing Easy Pay and the rest of them. You are living a life where you are not owing anybody. You understand now? That is the best kind of what of life. Then you need to multiply your income. I will explain that. When you say multiply your income, you need to look for other streams of income where you can get money for yourself. Then you need to live a life where you be great. When you live a great life, it means what? You are living an accomplished life. Your life is what? Is an accomplished life. Now, let me now break it down into what we call the three phases. The three phases. We're going to look at what we call the pre-climb and what I call the create your financial base. Then we're going to look at what we call the lead your money or interest-free living, and the number three is what I call multiplying your income and be great. So I'll quickly divide them. I've divided them down into three parts. So that climb is what is divided into what we call pre-climb and create your what or financial base. Then the second is what? You need to lead your money and interest-free living. Then the third one is what? Is multiplying your income and being great. Now let us now see, each of these phases is very important in your life. You understand? But for you to be able to achieve this, you need a lot of sacrifices, and you need to do something different with your money, because each of the phases has a what? Different dimensions on how you are to spend your money and also use your money. The first one is what we call the phase one. The phase one. The phase one. Now, under the phase one, which I call the pre-climb and the create your financial base phase, is that you need, number one, you need to develop what we call developing what we call a wealthy mindset. You need a wealthy mindset. Then, number two, you need to understand what I call the rules of money. Then, number three, then you need to save some money. Then, number four, you have to pay off high interest debt. Now, what is that number one? Developing what? A wealthy mindset. Developing a wealthy mindset entails that you believe that money is abundant in the society. Now, a lot of people will say there's no money, there's no money. You should forget about that concept. People say there's no money in Nigeria, but people are still building houses today. People say there's no money in Nigeria, but people are still buying brand new cars today. People say there's no money in Nigeria. People are still buying a whole estate. People say there's no money. People are still buying land. People are doing all sorts of things with money. Successful things with money. So that notion that there's no money, there's money in this country. You understand? It's just that the money is not well circulated among everybody. You have what they have and they have not. You understand that? And the social stratification does not favor what they have not. Where we have a lot of people who live in what we call impoverishment or living in what we call penury. So you must develop what we call a wealthy mindset. So you must have that concept that money is what is abundant in society. Then number two, you must have that mindset that you are a wealthy human being. You must have the mindset that you are wealthy. You understand now? And what do I mean by that? That mindset will give you that idea that you are actually wealthy. If you don't have a wealthy mindset, you might not see yourself as being wealthy. So when you see yourself as being wealthy, that mindset will help to ginger you and garner you through the process of being wealthy. So you must believe that you are wealthy. Then you must also believe that what that money is a tool. When you see that money is a tool, money is an instrument that you must use to get more money. You understand? So it's a tool for making more money. So that notion that money is evil, that rich people are poor, that are wicked, and all those things that people believe in, you have to throw that notion aside. So money is a tool, and as a tool, you must use it well. Do you understand now? So then number two is what I call the rules of money. What do I mean by the rules of money? You need to learn how money works in our economic system. Nigeria is a capitalist system where the means of production, distribution, and exchange are what are controlled by private individuals, with government serving as what as a regulatory, performing what I call regulatory function. So you need to know that money is what is can work. You need to understand how money works in the economy. So because we are applying what we call the capitalist system, where you have a competitive system, you need to understand that what that money is a working tool. So you need to understand how money works in the economy. So when you understand how money works in the economy, you can be well prepared on how to make more money. Then you need to understand that, well, that money also benefit those who are financially educated. Money can only benefit those who are financially educated. So if you are financially educated, then money can actually will favor you. Then you need to understand what I mean by consumer and what and a producer. We are all consumers in this country. We are actually all consumers. But as consumers, we also have the producers. Do you belong to the categories of what of the producers? The producers are the investors. Every person in this society is a consumer, both the rich and the poor. But in a country like Nigeria and other parts of the world, we have the producers, and the producers are actually the investors in the society. So, are you a producer or you are only a consumer? If you are a consumer, then the tendency for you to be rich is very, very limited. But if you are a producer, that means that what you are an investor. You have actually invested money into the economy and you are expecting a return back and you earn something at the end of the day. So you must be a what? A producer, not a consumer only. Then you must learn how to save some money. You must learn how to save some money. Then what do I mean by saving some money? Not every money that you earn that must be spent. You must save, you must what? You must spend, and you must also invest. You understand now? Once you collect that money every month as a salary earner or you are working on your own, you must know that money must be divided into three parts. The one you will save, the one you will spend, and the one you are going to invest. So you must accomplish these goals for you to go to become rich or wealthy in society. So you must avoid things that are causing you what we call liabilities. And you must deny yourself some expensive lifestyle or luxury. So you must invest more in what in yourself. So you must also develop what a growth mindset under the phase one. Now, let's now look at what we call the second one, which I call the phase two. Under the phase two, we have what we call the lead your money and also interest-free living. Now, under that one, phase two, you need to systemize your finance. That's the first point. You need to systemize your finance. Number two, you need to do what I call non-mortgage debt payoff. Then number three, you need to do what I call a start investing. Then number four, you need to spend wisely or smartly. Now let us quickly look at the four of them. Now, what do I mean by systemizing your finances? Systemizing your finances means that what you have to break down your finances. When you get that money, do you break it down? A lot of people get money, they earn money at the end of the month, but they end up spending that money just like that. There's nothing like investment, there's nothing like savings, there's nothing like they spend everything. There's nothing like a plan. So if you belong to that category, you need to change your mindset. So you need to create job for your money. You need to create job for your money. That's what we're saying there. So you must divide your money into three parts: the one you are going to spend, the one you are going to save, and the one you are going to invest. Then another one is what I call the non-mortgage debt payoff. You must pay your debt. You must pay your debt. If you are owing debt, you must pay off your debt. Then you must also start what I call investing. You must be a producer, not a consumer only. when you invest your money, you get what I call a compounded returns. You understand now? Though that compound returns might not reflect in a short period of time, but over the time, over the years, that money is going to make you wealthy and you can retire well, or you are going to become a what? A wealthy individual. So then you must learn how to what we call spend wisely. You must spend your money wisely or smartly. A lot of people today, they don't spend their money wisely. They spend their money on what? On luxurious goods or things that will become a liability in the future. So instead of spending that money on liabilities or what will not get you any value, why not spend that money on what? On what will create wealth for you. And I always tell people, money always grow. Grow your money, lead your money in the right way, and your money will generate more income and more money for you. Now, let us now look at what we call the phase three of what we're talking about, which is what I call invest and reinvest. Investing your money and reinvesting your money. And also, number two, increasing your income. Then, number three is what we call protecting your assets. Then, number four is what is giving back to the society. That is the third phase. Now, number one, invest at what and reinvesting. Last year I can remember I made some money while I invested my money was in the money market funds and some other funds like that. I made some money. You understand now? I made about 10% of that money for that last year simply because I didn't started in time. You understand now? Now what I did is that I reinvested that money into the portfolio again. I didn't collect the profit. And that's what I mean by compound profit or compound returns. So when you earn that money, when you are giving that profit, you don't take that money and spend it immediately, but you invest it into what? Into the portfolio. So what I did is that I reinvested the money to increase my what I call a cash flow, which is what I call a passive strategy. If you watch my video the last time, I mentioned what I call passive and what an active strategy. Passive strategy is that you invest your money in stocks, on ETFs, on S&P 500 and some other things. And I said that there are some companies or organizations or what or financial institutions in Nigeria that does that in what on where you can actually invest your money. I mentioned FBN, I mentioned the Stanbic IBTC, I mentioned the Zenith Bank and some other banks like that. All you need to do there is to go to your financial advisor and they will put you through on where to actually invest your money. A lot of people are doing it and they are cashing out. So you need to invest and also reinvest your money in what I call a cash flow. Then you must increase your what? Your income. That's the second one. You must increase your income. How do you increase your income? You increase your income by what? By looking for multiple streams of what? Of income. You must not rely on one income alone. In this economic situation, which is capitalistic in nature, you must what? You must look for other means of what? Of generating money for yourself. Like what I'm doing now is what? Is YouTube. I'm trying I'm shooting a video on what on YouTube, which I will upload onto YouTube. And at the end of the day, I expect something in return back from YouTube. So it's another way of what of creating what I call a income for myself. Then another one is what you must protect your assets. While you are making that money, you might have issues where people might want to dip their hands into your money. You must have your lawyer, you must have your financial advisors, and all those things. That is what I mean by what I call protecting your assets. Now that the money is coming in, you need to protect yourself legally. You need to have an idea about taxation. You need to have a financial advisor. You need to have a lawyer in case there's any issue in the future. Then number four is what is giving back to the society. What do I mean by giving back to the society? Giving back to the society is like what I'm doing now. You advise people on what they can do that can actually what help to improve their life and also make them to become wealthy. People can also give back to the society by helping people that are in need of what of help. You understand now? So now that you have arrived on what on that platform which you actually what you have actually dreamt of or you are accomplishing it, you need to give back to the society. And by giving back to the society is by what? Is by helping other people. It can be in different kinds of what of helping other people. But what we're saying there is that you must actually give back to the society. So on this note, I'm going to stop on what on the three basic things that you need to do to become wealthy. I've defined or the categorized them to what I call a climb to wealth, which is the CLINB. The C means what to create your financial base. The L means what? To create your, to lead your money. And the I means what? To live an interest-free life. And M is what? To multiply your what? Your income. And B is what? To be great. And what I've actually done there is that what? I've actually divided into what? Into three phases. Number one phase, number two phase, and number three phases. Under number one phase, we talk about what we call developing a wealthy mindset. Number two, we talk about the rules of money. Number three, we talk about saving your money, some of your money. Then number four, we talk about what we call paying off what high interest debt. Then under the phase two, we have what we call systemizing your finance. And number two, we have what we call non-mortgage debt payoff. Number three, we talk about what we call start investing. Then number four, we talk about what we call spending your money wisely. Then under phase three, we talk about what we call invest and investing your money. Then number two, we talk about what we call increasing your income. Then number three, we talk about what we call protecting your assets. And number four, we talk about what we call giving back to the society. So just go and watch this video so that you can be able to understand what we're talking about here. You can climb to wealth. You can become wealthy if you follow this pattern and this process. On this note, I'm going to stop my lecture. And if you never subscribe, go subscribe now. And please share our videos to those that actually it can benefit their life. Just like when I said, give it back to the society. Now that you have watched the video, you must also give back to society by sharing the videos for other people to also learn from this. And I believe if you follow this process, you are going to make it in 2024. Don't spend all your hard-earned money. Don't live a luxurious life. Don't live an expensive life. Don't live a luxurious lifestyle. Don't copy what other people are doing. Prepare yourself for the future. And when you're talking about preparing yourself for the future, be a producer and not a consumer alone. Prepare for the future so that in the future you can live a financial freedom life where you do not have to struggle, where you can live a peaceful life, where you can afford basic things for yourself, and you don't need to struggle before you can feed and take care of your family. So prepare now for the future. The time is now, not tomorrow. The earlier you start, the better for you. Thank you so much, and God bless you. So our returning subscribers will say a very big thank you to all of you. And if you never subscribe, go subscribe now. Thank you, and God bless you all. Bye bye.